Okay, we are live. Once again, folks, we are live again. Let's see if he finds the link. Can you hear me now, brother?
Yes, sir. How about now?
Okay. Okay, well, perfect, perfect. We're actually making progress here.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's have our interview now. Sardar, where do you live right now?
Assalamu alaikum, my brothers and sisters. I'm from Uzbekistan and I'm living in Tashkent right now. So, I am sales agent and
You're a
recruiter.
s- okay.
Yeah, we are recruiting. We're helping to truck companies to be bigger. We're expanding their companies by adding some owner operators and by finding company drivers, solo and team drivers. And yeah, which means we're helping them to make more money and more profit. And it is plus for both sides, for me and for the truck companies as well. So
Now,
yeah,
Sardar,
that's
what
how
kind
we
of
go.
what kind of education do you have?
And currently, I'm studying in the university. That's Westminster University in Tashkent. It's like an international university, and it is a branch of UK University. Don't I mean it's the name is Westminster. So I'm in a law sphere. I mean, yeah, but I'm really into marketing. I'm learning marketing. I'm working in this sphere as well.
How did you get into recruiting for trucking companies?
Uh, so in the beginning, I was really interested in IT. I mean, programming or something, and I've learned it some period of time and uh, from YouTube videos. I got interested in marketing, and I started to applying to some logistic companies, and but in the first 3 months I was not employed. I mean, there were not anything to do for me, and to make money for living. So as I am a student and I was ready for everything, I mean, to cover my initial expenses, all of my living expenses, and after some time, I got accepted to one company as a sales agent. It was like a cold calling to the US companies and offering fuel cards with discounts.
Okay,
And
okay,
the
okay.
name,
You- You're saying sales agent, right?
yes, in the beginning I was
Okay,
sales agent. I was
okay.
cold calling. So, um, yeah, the name of the company was Energy Tracking. It's O2 Logistics LLC. And I've been working there for 4 months, and I gained some experience, and I got to know how to talk with people, and I have heard a lot of rejections. I mean, many people didn't want to get our offer. I mean, we were offering fuel cards, the discounts for fuel cards from Pilot, Flying J, and other 5 gas stations. If the truck companies who used our fuel cards, they got the discount. So that how we worked.
Now, Sardar,
And
what
after,
is a guy like when a guy like you's on the phone and the average American hears your accent and he says "fuck you"? I mean, how does that feel?
yeah, it feels really bad. I mean, I was, yeah, I just I just want to tell the same thing, but unfortunately, because of my religion, it doesn't allow. And plus, I'm such a decent guy, and I don't want to use such bad words. But anyway, it was really, really heart touching thing, and that's why I
Don't
left
take
the
it.
office. That's
You know,
why
don't take
I
don't take it personally. I mean, I've done sales here. I've sold search engine optimization programs. I've sold vacation packages when I was younger. And "fuck you" is the number one word in sales.
yeah.
You hear
But
ten. You,
sometimes that
you, you hear 10 "fuck yous," you get one sale.
sometimes such words make the person strong and patient. So
Mhm.
by hearing such no or rejections, not interested things, I was just somehow mentally strong, and I just started blowing the mind of customers. I mean, with telling was learning some phrases and which were influenced them, and plus I after that I've left the office. I mean, after hearing such rejections, it was, I mean, mind blowing thing, and I realized that this thing is not forever, and it's not my way. I mean, I'm not feeling good. It's painful. The cold calling that I was in the office, I was cold calling, but I feel a bit painful. That's why I just started looking for better options and better companies,
Where were you getting your leads from for the
and
cold calling?
uh, so actually
You'd buy
there were
them from who?
our company owner gave us a list of the companies, and I didn't know where did they got that source,
Mhm.
and it was in the Excel spreadsheet,
Excel. Yeah.
and
Yep.
yeah,
Now, Sardar, did you
and
have an automated dialer that dialed out all these phone numbers for you, or did you just phone push the numbers yourself?
phone press numbers. We
Okay.
were used such tool, and
Okay. When I was, yeah.
after leaving the office, I got, I mean, one job in a really good company, and the name of the company was Halal Trucking LLC,
Halal tracking,
and
yeah. Out of New York.
yes, yeah, out of New York, yeah, that's right. And the branch of the company was in the Uzbekistan, so I got accepted to that. I mean, as a sales agent position, and after developing some skills, I've learned some skills from Facebook and from Europe, and
Now,
actually it
Sardar,
turned out to, yeah.
okay, the question is, can you tell us how these Russian companies and these Uzbek companies in America use the guys overseas to grow their trucking companies?
So the plus using the overseas guys for their trucking companies, to dispatch or recruit or to find some drivers for their companies, is because the overseas companies like Asia companies are really affordable, and the prices are cheap over there, and that's why it's affordable. And rather than paying to the US dispatchers, it's better to pay a bit less amount of money to the US, I mean, to Asian or to Russian or to Uzbek people, and run their trucking company, trucking business. It's plus
You know,
from that side. It's
I agree.
affordable.
I agree with the recruiting aspect of going overseas because it's a one-time work. But my personal opinion is I think the dispatcher has to have in-depth research on the American markets and the way it works. They have to be here. They have to know the terrain. So now let's go over recruiting. So you have one guy who has an MC. He's got maybe one, two trucks, and he calls you and says, "Serdar, um, I need I need two owner operators." What are you gonna say
Yeah.
to him?
Okay, in the beginning, I'm gonna give some questions. And what's your offer for the owner operators? And how is your deductions for IFTA, ELD, and for the insurance? How much should the owner operators pay for your insurance? And how much is the dispatch fee and everything? Firstly, I'm gonna ask these kind of questions. If that, I mean, criteria is gonna be good. I mean, sometimes I'm working with companies which, I mean, gives deductions a bit in a lower stage, because it's better to find out an owner operators for the lower stage. So that's the key.
And how do you advertise? Do you Facebook, Craigslist, YouTube?
Yeah, Facebook, Craigslist, YouTube, and Ucruit. I mean, there have some websites. I mean, so actually, I'm also getting some help from IT programmers. They are helping to, I mean, develop our websites and give the advertisements, and plus we're, yeah, getting help from network marketing. I mean, we are the Facebook. Basically, we're focused on the Facebook because it's a bit easier to find out the owner operators are there. And
And what do you say when they say,
yeah,
why do you have a fucking accent? You're talking to an American, because you know Americans are very proud people.
I say that's the accent that have been given by the God, and there's
Well,
nothing to. I just try to imitate and try to improve my accent, but yeah, anyway, it's turned out. But yeah,
brother,
I'm
your
now
accent
living
is
in
not a problem
US.
here because I'm able to see past that. I'm able to see past the accent, past the overseas. What I see is profit for me, and this is one of the reasons I'm able to be successful in business is because
Yeah.
I can see profit, and then with
Mm-hmm.
profit, everything else is secondary: religion,
Yeah.
background, heritage, and this forced me to actually study different religions, cultures, and people, and learn to adapt and work with them because it's in my best
Mm.
interest and it's their best interest, and it's part of being a good human being.
Yeah, of course.
How much do you
Yeah.
charge, Sardar?
Means
How much do you charge for finding an owner operator for a trucking company?
so right now we're working with one company. The name of the company Ace Trans Inc. And we signed an agreement, and where the owner operator that we found have been sent only to that company, and there were, I mean, deal. We charge only 1,800 for solo owner operators and 2,300 for team owner operators.
Okay, now where's Ace out of? What state is Ace out of?
New York, New York, Ace
So they
Trans Inc.
pay. So you pay 1,800 for owner operator. That's a team.
For team, 2,300.
Okay, so let's say I give you the 2,300. First of all, do I give you the money up front?
No, in the beginning, you're gonna give the 50% of the payment, and after
Hmm.
2 weeks, after 2 weeks of work of owner operator, you're gonna give the rest. That's how we work.
And then you're saying, so the guys, because there's going to be a lot of people seeing this, and they want to grow their fleets and be fleet owners and be wealthy in America. There's a lot of money in trucking. You think it's very smart for them to hook up overseas and do what Google does, IBM does, Apple does, which is work with India, Uzbekistan, all the stands, Russia, Ukraine.
Yeah, I think they need to try, because it's better to, I mean, to spend a bit less amount of money and make more profit. But sometimes it's a bit risky. There is a lot of scams over there, and they may do something bad. For example, if the company gives their load board or Amazon board to the dispatch of the Ukraine or to other country, they're gonna do something bad with the load board. I mean, they're gonna book
Yeah.
some bad loads, and it's gonna be really bad for the reputation of the company. That's why sometimes it's a bit risky, but the risk is a goal, you know.
No, I mean, I
Every
actually saw you
time.
on Facebook advertising, and my first thought was, why is he advertising for somebody else? Why isn't he advertising for me? And that's why I reached out to you. Why is
Yeah,
Why is he
yeah.
growing somebody
Some,
else's company? Why not my company?
yeah. Sometimes I also I mean think about that. Some companies, I mean, not advertising in the Facebook. Rather than that, they're finding recruiters who will be, I mean, able to, I mean, responsible for advertising for their companies. I mean, but they're not advertising by themselves. They're just hiring the recruiter to advertise that. But the company can do
Small,
that by selling and
okay,
save eighteen hundred
bigger co-
dollars and
bigger companies can afford to have somebody on a payroll for $100,000 a year to sit in an office and recruit all day. Smaller guys, I think, should hook up with guys like you overseas and pay that $2,000, $3,000 and have your owner operator running teams for you. That's my
yeah.
theory. Because if I get to a level where I can afford to pay somebody $100,000, $200,000 a year to sit in an office and recruit all day for me, great.
Yeah.
But up until that point, I think a guy like you, where I just put 2,500, say find me an owner operator,
Yeah,
and
this
then
is
the
good.
struggles you have to go through. I mean, I live in America. My English isn't that bad. I would think so.
Yeah, that's
And then
perfect.
you should see what I have to deal with. So a guy like you from Uzbekistan is dealing
I
with these truck
appreciate it.
drivers.
Thank you very much. Thank you, brother. Yeah.
Okay, so do you
Yeah,
provide
but
safety services?
safety, no, no, no safety, only recruiting.
What about logbook?
Yeah, we have logbook and
What logbook? Well, what
for
applications on logbook do you work with?
actually I don't know. We have employees who are responsible for the logbook for every truck they get. I mean, they get paid. I mean, $25 for every truck.
Okay, one question, brother.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of these American companies want you to run double logs.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fine. You're in Uzbekistan. They can't touch you. I'm in America. If anything happens, they'll come get me. But
Yeah.
now this is very dangerous.
Yeah, this is very dangerous. But there is some ways. Yeah. Uh,
Oh no, you can talk about it. I've done it myself. I was working for somebody, and then I said, what about the hours? He said, oh, they call the agent. I pick up the phone, call the agent. The agent's in Russia.
sometimes when I've been talking with companies, with some Uzbek companies or Asian companies, they're telling, I mean, they won't accept, I mean, they don't want to hire the drivers who are from America originally, because majority of Americans follow all of the instructions and everything.
Yeah.
That's why it's a bit problematic to hire, I mean, the person who really takes care of the, I mean, rules and everything in the country. That's why sometimes in our sphere also a bit hard to deal with such problems. I mean, I'm telling to the company why you are not, I mean, accepting, I mean, the guys who don't, I mean, who follow the ELD rules strictly. Why don't you do that? And they're telling you, we won't be able to make more money. That's the
Yeah,
reason.
brother. But I have a question to ask you. Do you really think all these smart Americans, these scientists, these professionals for FMCSA are stupid to have this logbook? Or you think that the agent in India is a genius?
Uh, no, uh, no, not stupid. This is better for persons. How to say? It's better. They were thinking about the driver's health. For example, if the driver drives really, I mean, more than hours, more than 6 hours or something,
Mhm.
they get something bad. Their health will definitely, I mean, decrease, or is gonna be lead to the bad things, bad situations. There were cases, I mean, the driver was driving the truck without stopping, I mean, drinking some energetic drinks, and it leads to death, you know. He drove, I mean, approximately 20 hours, and after that he passed away. That was one of our partner's company's driver, and it was really bad. So that's why the America is thinking about the health of the drivers. I mean, in some
You know, I,
cases, I mean,
I,
they
I mean,
have pros and cons. Yeah.
I've seen parts of the world where there's no laws.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
now that I do not want to live in that world. Okay, one flat tire, 10 people die.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's. I mean, I understand what they're doing. They're doing it for profit. At the same time, if
Hmm.
that driver goes out there and kills somebody and he's tired, how are you going to answer to your God, Sardar? You're a very religious person.
Yeah. Of course.
How are you going to answer to your Maker that there's another life on the road that you have a hand in?
Yeah. That guy was died because of driving your truck and working overtime, and yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
It depends. It depends on the situation, and it's really complicated for me
Oh,
to
I
tell the
understand.
truth.
You have to feed yourself. I understand that. You have to make a living for yourself too, and you're providing an honest service.
Yeah.
Now, my question to you, brother, is before we wrap everything up, how does somebody get a hold of you if they want to use your service?
So there's, I mean, you mean how they get in touch with me?
Yeah, if they I just interviewed you. If they like what they're hearing and they need your service for either dispatching or finding owner operators or company drivers, how would they get hold of
Uh,
you?
I'm advertising. We as advertisements. I'm advertising, and we the Telegram, and I mean YouTube. I mean Facebook, and they are just leaving their numbers in the comment, and plus they're, I mean, inboxing me. By that we're just getting in touch with them, and
Okay,
yeah,
but how are my viewers gonna get a hold of you, brother?
your view.
Yeah, the people that are watching you on my channel right now, how do they get a hold of you if they want to do business with you?
Oh, okay. In that case, we're gonna leave all of my detailed information, my
On the comment
email,
section?
and my number as well on the comment section, and I'm gonna give some explanation about our services and everything on the comment below. Then they're gonna keep in touch. I mean, they can contact me.
Okay, brother. Well, we're gonna get going, and assalamu alaikum to you.
Assalamu alaikum, alaikum assalam, brother. It
Bye
was
bye.
really nice to talk with you. Okay, bye bye.
Pleasure was mine. Bye.
Okay, brother.